Hello everyone, welcome back. I am very happy to see you here. Today, someone in the comment section asked me about who is not suitable for permanent makeup, and I think this is a really great topic, so I would like to discuss it today. So let's dive into it. I would like to talk about three different things. First one is skin condition, second one is overall health, and third one is very big asymmetry. Let's talk about asymmetry. We all know that our face is not symmetrical. One part of the face it's a little bit different than the other one, and one bone, brow bone, is a little bit different than the other one. That means that the brows will never be the same. We call them sisters, not twins. You have to explain to your clients to understand this better, because your client always expects that you do a beautiful work and you create amazing and symmetrical shape, but this is almost always not possible. I always try to make beautiful eyebrows, but I try to keep as close as possible to the natural shape or natural brow hair. When I started, it took me around 1 hour to 1 hour and a half to create a brow shape for my client. And guess what? I was never happy. I was never happy because I always saw that the brows are not the same. And you know what's the worst? That sometimes clients, they don't know it and they think that you can do it as symmetrical as possible. So make sure that you have a client, or when you have a client and the asymmetry is very big, you have to explain to them that you are never able to make it much better. And what's really important to understand is that if you would tattoo very asymmetrical eyebrows, in my opinion, you would make it even more visible. So you would make the asymmetry more visible for them and it would be even worse. When your client comes to the studio, make sure that you explain to them everything, what is possible and what is not. Try to manage client expectation as much as possible, because sometimes it can happen that your client will not be satisfied with the result and there is no way back if you tattoo the brows. From the beginning of my career, I thought that I have to please everyone and I have to tattoo everyone who comes to my studio. But after my experience, I realized that this is simply not the truth. Sometimes clients can have a very bad skin condition or very big asymmetry, which is not good at all. With experience, you will feel much more safe and you will be able to tattoo even more difficult cases. When I feel like it's too much, I refuse the client. I don't think it's bad. Actually, I really think it's a good idea, because your client can see that you are a real professional and you really care about them. Remember, if you are not happy with the shape, or if your client is not 100% satisfied with the result, make sure that you refuse the client. It's the best you can do, and your client will see you as a professional. Sometimes when I didn't feel like tattooing eyebrows for someone with a big asymmetry, I explained to them that I think it will be even more visible after tattooing. And the client at the end was quite happy, because my client felt that I really care about them. So I think that if someone has a very big asymmetry, these clients are not suitable for permanent makeup, because you will make it more visible and they will never be happy about the brows you create for them. Second thing what I would like to talk about today is the skin condition of the client. We all know that skin is the biggest organ of the body, and it's really important for you to know that your client's skin is 100% healthy before you start with tattooing. In the beginning of my journey, when I started with permanent makeup, sometimes I didn't realize what kind of skin condition my client has. Sometimes I saw some pimples, but I didn't really take that much attention to it. But it was wrong, because if your client, for example, has a chronic acne, it's a really big no-no for tattooing. Once I tattooed eyebrows for my client with chronic acne. I didn't realize that at the time, and she was really like, please do eyebrows for me, it's okay, I don't mind that I have pimples. And I was like, maybe I shouldn't do it, maybe something is wrong. but she was really like super happy and she really wanted these brows, so I did it. And guess what happened? When I started from the tail, it was okay because it looked like that the skin is perfect and I can proceed. But what happened? In the middle of the brow, skin stopped taking a pigment. I like to talk to you about my experience because I think that from my mistakes and from my experience, I always learned the most. So at the end, I wasn't able to finish the procedure with my client with acne, and I felt really bad afterwards. But this was one of the best experiences I got on my journey. Make sure if your client's skin condition is not 100%, so for example, if they have acne, psoriasis, eczema, and these kind of things, they are not suitable for permanent makeup at all. And the third and the last thing I would like to talk now is overall health condition of the client. For example, clients who are pregnant or breastfeed, they are not suitable for permanent makeup. Also clients who take blood thinners or clients with some kind of allergies, especially on the ingredients which contain our anesthesia, secondary or primary one, or pigments we use in permanent makeup. If you want to make sure that your client is not allergic on the ingredients in primary or secondary anesthetic as well as pigments you are using, you can always do patch test. It's really easy. For example, if your client is allergic, there will be a little bit of redness visible. Also, if you want to make sure that your client is not allergic to the pigments you are using, you can always apply a little bit of pigment with the needle behind the ear or on the hand. After around 48 hours, contact your client and ask them if they see something is going on the skin. If the skin is red or it's itchy, that's the problem. They can be allergic on some kind of ingredients in the pigments you are using. In general, you always have to go through these things on the consultation and you have to be sure that your client is 100% happy. If there is some kind of problem or they had a problem before, it's really important for them to do a consultation with their doctor. If you want to avoid any problems with the client, you can always send them a consultation form before they go to your studio. If you want, you can contact me on my Instagram tereziarizonova.pmu and I will happily send you my consultation form. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate everyone who subscribed. It really means a world to me. Bye!